Alright, so for this show, we're going to solve the inequalities and then verify our solutions. First one is 4x plus 11 is greater than 35. So I know that I need to isolate the variables, and I'm going to use opposite operations to do just that. So looking at this one on the left-hand side, I need to get rid of this plus 11. So in order to do that, I'm going to do the opposite. So I'm going to subtract 11, and I'm going to do that from both sides. These two 11s then cancel out, leaving just a 4x on the left. And on the right, 35 minus 11 is 24. So now I've got 4 times x is greater than 24. To get the x by itself, this is 4 times x. So I'm going to do the opposite of times, and that's divide. So I'm going to divide that side by 4 and divide that side by 4 as well. So once I've done that, these two 4's divide out, leaving you with just x on the left. And actually, let's go through this differently. X is left on the left. 24 divided by 4 is 6 on the right. In this case, I have divided both sides by a positive number. So because it's positive, I keep my sign the same. I don't have to flip it. So my answer is x is greater than 6. So that's the solution. Now, the check is a two-step process. First, I need to check the number 6 to make sure that the boundary point is correct. So I'm going to take the original question, 4x plus 11 is greater than 35. And I'm going to substitute in 6. So I end up with 4 times 6 plus 11. 4 times 6 is 24. Plus 11 is 35. Those match, so the boundary point is good. Now, I have to make sure that my sign is also correct. So, if my solution is x is greater than 6, I need to take a number that is greater than 6 and test it. So in this case, I'm going to use 8. So, I will take the original question, and in this case, I'm going to substitute in the number 8 and see what happens. 4 times 8 is 32. So 32 plus 11 gives us 43. 43 is greater than 35. So I have confirmed that my sign is correct. So the solution is correct. And that's the process for checking it. Let's move on to part B. X over 2 minus 5 is greater than 7. So once again, in order to isolate my variable, I need to get rid of this 5. Right now it's subtract 5, so I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to add 5. So I'm going to add 5 there and add 5 there. On the left, that leaves me with just x divided by 2. And on the right, 7 plus 5 is 12. This is adding, so I don't have to worry about changing my sign. It stays the same. Now, x divided by 2, the opposite of that is multiply by 2. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. Once I do that, the left side is just x. 12 times 2 is 24. I've multiplied by a positive number, so the sign does not flip. It stays the same. So the solution is x is less than 24. Now in this case, we also need to check. So let's do that. Let's test the boundary point first. So, original question, x over 2 minus 5 is less than 7. Substitute in 24. 24 divided by 2 minus 5. 24 divided by 2 is 12. And then it's minus 5 is 7. Those check out, so the boundary point is confirmed to be 7. We're good. Now we need to check to make sure that our sign is in the right direction. We said that x was less than 24. So I'm going to test it with 20. So take the original question, substitute in a number that's less than 24, and see what happens. 20 divided by 2 is 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. That is, 5 is less than 7, so that works. We're good. So now we've confirmed both the boundary point and we've confirmed the direction of the sign as well. And so that's the show you know.